okay, I don't know what's going on with Dex. Honestly, it's kind of freaking me out. Okay, let me just go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so we dropped him off at school. Everything seemed fine. He seemed a little bit down and out. Like, he did seem like a little bit sluggish. I mean, I figured he just maybe didn't sleep right or whatever. And we dropped him off at school. Everything seemed good. We hung out here during the day and got some work done. And then, Cynthia had to go to work. And I'm sorry. And then we picked him up from school. He seemed kind of fine. He was like telling us about some, exercise videos that they did at school. So maybe that has something to do with it. And then, we get home. Cynthia had to go to work. So he's here with me. He has a book report due tomorrow. So we were working on the book report, and he really was struggling. And I mean, some of you know a little bit about Dex, but let me just fill you in. He's like really good at school. He really takes it seriously. He loves it. And he didn't want to do his book report. Like, I was like, what? He was like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired. Or no, he didn't say he was tired, but he was just like, he was struggling. Like, he was writing. Like, I'd be like, he'd ask me how to spell a word, and I'd say, oh, well, T, and, I'd go through the letters, and he would write the wrong letter. And I was like, I mean, he doesn't do that, And there was one moment where I was like, I was saying like, okay, so this is how you're going to word this part. And I was just kind of going through it with him, and he was trying to read the prompts of like what to write and everything. And his school, he goes to a little bit more of an advanced school, so they have a lot of homework, and not a complaint in sight. He loves it, right? He didn't want to do it. And I mean, I was like, okay, look, is he just transitioning to like me and Cynthia, where we did not do good in school? I don't know. It was weird. It wasn't like him, And then it went downhill fast. He seemed irritable. He was whiny. He didn't even finish the report. It's due tomorrow, and I was like, you know what, buddy? You seem like maybe you're just hungry. Okay, like, you know what? Let me get you some food. And I had just cooked some pozole from the night before, and so I made him a bowl and I put it in front of him, and he ate it like fine, most of it, right? And he said to me, he's like, oh, I'm full. And I was like, oh, okay, buddy, cool, and he went to the bathroom and like washed his little hands and face, like his typical procedure. And then he came out and he stood 2-3 feet from me and just started bawling. Like, I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know what happened. I was like, is everything okay? Like, what's happened? Like, what, did you hurt yourself? Like, what's the situation? And he just starts bawling and wouldn't respond to me. That's very unusual. And I even finally had to be like, Dex, like, what is going on? And he runs over to the couch, which I was sitting on. So he just sits down on the couch and just buries his face into the blanket. That we have a blanket sitting on the couch. And I'm like, what is the deal, bro? Like, I'm literally to this point, like, I'm like, okay, my child is possessed. Like, what's going on? And he continues crying, and I don't want to exaggerate, but like, it was probably a good 3-4 minutes before he said anything. And I mean, like, almost scream crying, and I'm concerned at this point in time. Like, I'm like, okay, what is going on? Because you guys seen him. He's usually like happy go lucky. He's like, he dances everywhere we go, and I then finally got him to sit up, and I like held him, and I was like, hey buddy, talk to me, what's going on? And he looks me in the face and he's like, I'm sorry I didn't finish my food. And I was like, what? What do you, I mean, one, like, I mean, he pretty much ate all of it, you know, like, and he's like a skinny little 5-year-old kid. Like, it's super common that he doesn't finish all of his meal. We don't really put a lot of pressure on any kind of like eating habits or whatever. And I was like, buddy, like, you know, but there's been times where he's, you know, thought I was upset about something, and I always say to him, I'm like, hey, look at my face. Am I mad? No. Come on. It's okay. And he responded to me, and he kind of seemed to be coming out of it, and, you know, I just like sat there with him for a little while, and then I laid him down on the couch, and I was like, hey man, you know what? Like, let's just take a minute from the homework, you know, like it was like 5:30, you know, we had the whole night to finish this homework, you know, and, you know, me, I'm like, homework, pfft, right? But a minute or two later, I look over him, he's passed out, done, like snoring, just out. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe he just needed a nap, you know, maybe he's a little tired, you know, like whatever, cool, you know. 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by, 30 minutes goes by, and I'm now like, all right, like, I guess he was really tired, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, like, he has to finish his book report, he has to, you know, shower, you know, there's some stuff that we need to get, like, you know, I was just like, I kind of needed to go to the store, you know, and so I did the whole, like, you know, like, where you're like, you know, like, hey buddy, like, you know, give him a little shake or whatever. Dead body, like he's just done, like he didn't even respond at all, you know. And I was like, okay, I'm like, man, he must be really tired. So I gave him a few more minutes, and you know, I try and just, like, I don't like to be shaken awake, you know, like it upsets me, you know, so I try and just like casual wake ups, you know. Nothing. He's out, right? It is now 8 o'clock, hours later, and I finally carried him, because, you know, he's sleeping on a leather couch. So I carried him to his bed, like he was sweating bullets, and I was like, well, I don't want him to like dehydrate, so I was like, I'll just go put him in his bed. If he needs to sleep, he needs to sleep. I'll go to the store tomorrow. I don't care about the book report, and truthfully, like, if he sleeps for the rest of the night, like, he obviously needed it. But it's just weird. I don't know, maybe it's a growing thing. This is my first kid, so frankly, I have no idea what I'm doing. And to just see him, like, I mean, he slept through the night last night. It's not, I mean, I guess, I mean, unless he was like up sleepwalking, I have no idea. But as far as I know, I mean, he sleeps from 9 o'clock is his bedtime, and he wakes up at 7 o'clock. So weird, right? Who woke up? How you doing? No, it's okay. What are you talking to me, okay? What's going on? Did you get a good sleep? No, okay. Well, did you have any good dreams? No, okay. How are you feeling? Not so good? You want to tell me what's wrong? Okay. Not really warm, maybe a little bit warm. Oh no. Maybe just a little sleepy? No, not sleepy. Would you like some water? Okay, yeah, you were pretty sweaty earlier. Okay, after some water and someone's just requested a protein bar. Here you are, sir. Looks like somebody is doing better. All right, looks like someone decided to do their homework. Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
That's good to hear, buddy. You just needed some sleep. I'm very proud of you. You're doing great on your book report. And look, you're almost done.
Yeah. There was so much.
Oh, okay. Gotta get back to work. Okay, so it's the next day, and, you know, I just wanted to give an update, just to close everything out and just to, kind of put everybody's worries at ease as our worries were put at ease. This morning, Dex was doing way better.
Yeah, much better.
I usually, like I said, I don't like to wake him up like abruptly or anything because I hate that. So what I did is I went in, I opened the blinds, started to just let him wake up slowly. Then I go to make breakfast, and then maybe I'll come in a few minutes later and, I'll actually wake him up once the lights kind of hit him for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I even went back in there, he all of a sudden came out into the kitchen, and he was in a great mood. He was smiles. He
ran into the bathroom and came and said hi and good morning.
Yep.
I was so surprised because he actually usually never does that. Well, no, he does. Sometimes he does.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, he's actually done it before, but not as often. And he was so happy. So it was really a relief on our end.
Yeah, and honestly, we don't like to be super crazy overprotective or like freak out about the littlest things. But, I have heard of like cognitive problems all of a sudden just developing. It could be some sort of disease or infection, or something's going on in his school that we don't know. And so I've been told, and obviously this is our first kid, so we just don't know. We have no idea what to do about certain things.
Also new to us.
Yeah, and so I've always heard that if there's any like all of a sudden change, that you kind of want to look into like, okay, what's going on? Is this no big deal? Is this just a phase? Is this gonna pass in like a few days and it's fine? I don't know. I mean, I do have a few people in my life that I can hit up and that have they're on their like 5th kid and they're like, oh no, it's fine and everything's good, but still there's that worry,
Yeah, we're always gonna worry no matter what.
I know, it's tough when he's their special baby.
Yeah, their only guy.
Boy. Hey bud, how was your day?
Good.
Good. How are you feeling?
Good. And one thing I have to tell you.
Okay, tell us.
I finished my peanut butter jelly!
Woo!